Actually, what I would say, first of all, is congratulations to those Conservative candidates who have won, and my sincere commiserations to those Conservative candidates who lost. This is not a reflection on them or their hard work. We always knew that this was going to be a challenging election. I'd been saying that right from the minute that I became leader of the party late last year. And we are renewing our party. We are rebuilding, but it's going to be a long journey.
But on this set of results, you can't claim to be the main challenger to Labour, can you?
Yes, we are. I am the leader of the opposition. We have 120 MPs in Parliament. The country made the Conservative Party the opposition. And one of the ways that we're going to rebuild trust is to make sure we do that job properly. We are holding Labour to account on education, on what they're doing with the economy, people complaining about the jobs tax, about winter fuel. We're the ones who are forcing votes on the grooming gang scandal, for example. So we are the opposition, and we will continue to hold Labour's feet to the fire and make sure that Keir Starmer is the one-term Prime Minister. It looks like he's on course for that.
You've got reform coming for you on one side and the Lib Dems on the other. How on earth are you going to fight both fights?
This is a very competitive political environment. All of the parties have always been competitors to us. They are all threats, whether it's Labour, Lib Dem or Reform. And the way we win is by making sure that people can see that this is an authentic Conservative party that stays true to its principles and its values, and that those values reflect the values of the majority of people in the country. That's what I'm going to be working to do. It's not going to take a short time. This sort of renewal takes a long time. But I've started that work, and I will continue to do that. I'm not going to be knocked off course.
Well, you talk about, people, the majority of people in the country. Reform has, of course, gained now at the cost of Conservatives and Labour. Clearly the electoral is sending a message to Westminster. Are you receiving that message?
Well, this is what I've been saying, that normally in these circumstances, a governing party which has such a huge majority would be enjoying a honeymoon. We have just been removed from office 9 months ago. People are angry with the government, but they also remember that we were in government 9 months ago. So they're going to protest parties. Protest is in the air. But that doesn't mean that that's what's going to happen at the general election in 4 years' time. But I can't assume that that will happen. I've got to work very hard to ensure that Conservatives are the credible alternative when that time comes. And we do that by doing our job in opposition well.
As you say, voters are turning away in their droves. Are you the right leader to fight this fight?
I'm the leader that the Conservative Party members chose, and I'm executing the plan which they voted for. I told them it wouldn't be easy. I told them it would require a renewal and rebuilding of our party. That doesn't happen in 6 months. The fact is, the last oppositions were in opposition for 14 years, 13 years, 18 years. I'm trying to do something that no one has ever done before, which is take their party from such a historic defeat back into government in one term. We have a plan, and we're sticking to it.
So will you be imposed in the next general election?
I'm not playing, these questions that the media loves to ask about my future. This is not about me. This is about all of the people in the country who are really disappointed and are sending a message to Westminster which we need to hear. And I have said that this is not just about winning elections. It's about being able to deliver for the country. And I'm here in Peterborough because the candidate, who is now the mayor of Peterborough and Cambridgeshire, Paul Bristow, had a plan. He wasn't just making announcements. For too often, we've had parties making announcements with no plans. I'm not someone who does that. We are working very hard on our policy proposals, which will be a definite change for the country, will form a plan for government that the public can put their faith in.
You talk there about rebuilding. What does the Conservative Party stand for under your leadership?
It stands for a party that is for personal responsibility. We are a centre-right party. We believe in the family. We believe in citizenship, not just passport citizenship, but citizenship about our communities, wanting them to be successful, to thrive. We do not believe in separating lots of people into different groups like Labour does. We are the party of equality under the law, everyone treated the same without fear or favour. But we're also the party of sound money. We are the economically competent party. Labour have made a mess of things. They've only been in 9 months. We've got 4 more years of Labour. Things are going to get worse. Unemployment is rising. Taxes are rising. Growth has halved. We need to be able to show that we are the credible alternative that can deliver a growing economy for the UK.
Thank you. And just lastly, you talk about credibility there and trust. How will you build up that trust that's clearly been lost?
By telling the truth, being very honest with the public, not just about the mistakes we made, but about what we need to do to get our economy and our country going again. But we also need to do the job that they've given us well. The job that the country has given Conservatives right now is to be an effective opposition. And whether it is on two-tier justice, on education, on the economy, on grooming gangs, we are making sure that we're holding Labour's feet to the fire for the many mistakes they're making, from the winter fuel payments, which they snatch from vulnerable people, to the jobs tax. They're making a lot of mistakes that are making everything worse.
Thanks very much for answering our questions.